Hi everyone, Jamie Pate here. Welcome to this walkthrough video. This is a project that I have on the Heidi Swapp blog, and it's linked below, so you can check that out and get that point of view. I also have this linked on my blog as well with all the photos, so you can look at some still photos of this album. But I wanted to do this walkthrough because it's a little bit of a different mini album than I've done before. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I want to walk you through how this is put together and then take you through each of the pages. Okay, so to start, let me just give you some dimensions here. This album is about 5.5 inches wide on the front, 6 inches wide on the back, and about 7 inches tall. So what I did is I took chipboard here on the front, chipboard here on the back, and in the middle, in the between, is about 3 inches of pattern paper, and that's the binding. So this back piece is attached to the binding, this other front piece is attached to that binding, and then inside are what they sometimes call signatures of mini albums, and they are bound inside of the binding with this mint colored thread. So that's basic construction of how this mini album is put together. So now let me show you the inner workings of this. I kept the front of my mini album pretty basic. Now just to give you a little bit of backstory, this is Heidi Swapp Art Walk. I love this collection. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very painterly. It has this tropical vibe, but I have been wanting to play with it with some different sort of themes. So this is a mini album of a day hike that we took last summer. And what I realized when I was done is I should have put hike right here with some chipboard letters. I think I would have really liked that, but I didn't. And I've kept the front actually pretty simple, bunch of layers. And so the title of this mini album, I guess, could just be The Best Day, because this really was such a great hike that we took. So let me show you the inside. When you first open it up, it opens like a classic sort of mini album. This front piece opens up, it's its own flap. And then inside of that is a pocket, and I've added a photo to one side of this Art Walk postcard. And so it just slides right in there. There's plenty of room for additional journaling if one wishes. So I liked having that pocket there, but then you open up and have another place for a photo. What I've done throughout this mini album is I have some clusters of embellishment, but when it comes to the photos themselves later on in the book, I've kept it pretty simplified, and you'll see what I mean. So this front flap is embellished pretty nicely. The hike, that green alpha sticker, is from the Art Walk paper pad. And you'll find that, and also a yellow set of alpha stickers. Have some washi tape right there. Then I have this journal panel, if you will. And I wanted it to be not so much interactive as I wanted it to be just plenty of space for some story writing. And I still wanted to be able to add in some embellishments. So layers of labels are here, a clear sticker here. I really wanted to use that good vibes. Super explains this whole mini album. And then the stickers that I kind of call definition stickers, I've trimmed them into strips and added them here. And this is the stamp from Storyline Chapters. It's the date stamp. So that way I was sure to add the dates in here when this event happened. Okay, so when you get into the heart of this mini album, I have what I call a mini album inside a mini album, and that's this little booklet here. The booklet measures about 4 inches wide by 6 inches tall, and then I started the beginning. I added a stencil with texture paste. This stencil is part of the Art Walk collection. This will be linked. And I just made this pattern on top of this vellum. It's kind of soft, it's kind of pretty, but I like the contrast with all these outdoorsy sort of pictures. So it's totally worked for me. Then I added one of the tags from Art Walk and some more definition stickers. And that was the embellishment there. And that opens up to this little mini album that has a piece of pattern paper on the front. What I wanted to be able to do is just have this book full of these photos that I took while we were on that trip. I took so many what I call scenic landscape kind of photos. You're going to notice here, I have another picture I need to add here that I haven't done yet. and those beautiful aspens right there. But that's what the idea was. I just wanted a place for photos. Imagine that, having a mini album with just photos inside of it, right? So moving on to the rest of this, I have the second little mini album insert that's in here. And this actually has plenty of room for growth if I wanted to add anything else here. I opted not to do it for now, but as you can see, I have a panel of pattern paper here and another large photo. And then that's mirrored here on the opposite page. Same thing, another one here. Added some notched banners that I just hand cut from the pattern paper, added a stamp. Almost all the photos have some sort of tab, and then this flips over again. And I've repeated this technique from the front of the book, and I have this journal panel here that I've embellished and added these definition words and a clear sticker and some journaling. I really like how these open up and just give great view to all these photos here. Then there's one more separate insert back here, and I really liked this picture of my daughter here on the rocks, so I cut this out with a circle die. Kept, again, really simple with the embellishments. There's not a whole lot on these photos at all. And then this flips open to more photos, more journaling, and then the last page. And I have opportunity back here to add some more details, more photos if I want, more storytelling, whatever. So you can see this is not a huge size album, and there are quite a few photos that I've added inside of this mini album. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably add a tag here to the top so I can actually have this sitting on my shelf, and it's simple to see which day trip this was by giving it, sort of a label here on that part of this 1-inch width of a binding. So I wanted to give you a look at this mini album. I hope you're inspired to make something similar, or if you'd like to see this in a process video, please shout that out to me. And all the supplies are linked below. And if you don't already, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of this community, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.